usually ended badly. Ford would get out of his skull on whiskey, huddle in a corner with some girl, and explain to her in slurred phrases that, honestly, the color of the flying saucers didn't matter that much, really. Thereafter, staggeringly semper-radic down the night streets, he would often ask, Question? Someone? No? Thought I heard a question.
Why'd you stop reading?
Huh? Oh, I heard thought someone had a question.
No, it's time to read. Keep reading.
I want a weapon.
Evenings like this usually ended badly. Ford would get out of his skull of whiskey, huddle in a corner with some girl, and explain to her in slurred phrases that honestly it didn't matter what color the flying saucers were. Thereafter, staggering semper-radically down the street, he would often ask passing policemen if they knew the way to Beetlejuice. The policeman would usually say something like, "Don't you think you're about time you went home, sir?" "I'm trying to. Badly, I'm trying to," is what Ford replied on these occasions. In fact, what he was really looking for when he stared distractedly into the sky was any kind of flying saucer at all. The reason he said green ones was because green was the traditional space livery of the Beetlejuice trading scouts. Ford Prefect was desperate that any flying saucer at all would arrive, because 15 years was long enough to get stranded anywhere, particularly somewhere as mind-bogglingly dull as Earth. Ford wished that a flying saucer would arrive soon, because he knew how to flag flying saucers down and get lifts from them. He knew how to see the marvels of the universe for less than a $30 Altarian a day. In fact, Ford Perfect was the roving researcher for the wholly remarkable book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Any questions so far?
Hey, that's not cool.
Whoa! Man, why is this book club always gotta be shut up like it's a gas station?
Don't do that. Any gun dealers in here? No, okay, bye.
Oh, it's a thing. It seems to be a curse with me. Every server I go on, I try and be a nice guy, heal people, I never kill, ever. And yet I'm always the one who gets shot up.
I got him.
Thank you, sir. Any questions, or shall I continue?
Continue.
Right then. Human beings are great adapters, and by lunchtime, life in the environs of Arthur's house had settled to a steady routine. It was Arthur's accepted role to lie squelching in the mud, making occasional demands to see his lawyer, his mother, or a good book. It was Mr. Poss's accepted role to tackle Arthur with the occasional new polly, such as the for the public good talk, or for the march of the progress talk, or they knocked down the house. Apologies. Or the they knocked my house down once, never looked back talk, or various other colleges and threats. Apologies, I'm just very tired, very late where I am. Alright then. It was the bulldozer's driver's accepted role to sit around drinking coffee and experimenting with union regulations to see how they could turn a situation into financial advantage. Earth moved slowly in its diurnal course. The sun was beginning to dry out the mud that Arthur lay in. A shadow moved across him again. "Hello, Arthur," said the shadow. Arthur looked up, squinting into the sun, and was startled to see Ford Prefect standing above him. "Ford? Hello, how are you?" "Fine," said Ford. "Look, are you busy?" "Am I busy?" exclaimed Arthur. "Well, I've got all these bulldozers that I have to lie down in front of or they'll demolish my house. But other than that, no, not especially. Why?" They don't have sarcasm on Beetlejuice, and Ford Prefect often failed to notice it unless he was concentrating. He said, "Good, is there anywhere we can talk?" "What?" said Arthur. For a few seconds, Ford seemed to ignore him, and stared fixedly into the sky like a rabbit trying to get run over by a car. Then, he squatted beside Arthur. "We've got to talk," he said urgently. "Oh, apologies, was that someone? Want to say anything?"
Hey, can you lock the door of the space? Can you lock the door?
No, I actually can't. It won't lock.
Oh, man, I don't like it open. It's like really freaking me out. Can you put like a fading door or something? It's really weirding me out. I don't like it.
It's alright. It's alright. Anyways. What? Said Arthur? For a few moments, Ford seemed to ignore him and stared fixedly into the sky like a rabbit trying to get run over by a car. Then, suddenly, he squatted down beside Arthur. We've got to talk, he said urgently.
Dude,
Fine, said
you must
Arthur.
be so good at
Talk.
stealing. You must be
And-
so good at stealing people's shit. Like, if you just take out your keys, like, if you just take out your keys, like, most people don't even notice you.
Oh, yeah. No, they're not. They keep
What's going on
literally...
here?
Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down, everyone. We've got to talk, said Ford urgently. Fine, said Arthur. Talk. And drink.
I'm blue.
Fine, said Arthur. Talk. And drink, said Ford. It's vitally important that we talk and drink. Now. We'll go to the pub in the village. He looked into the sky again, nervous and expectant.
Wait, Joseph, chill out. I want to hear what he's saying.
Can you keep reading?
Yes, sorry. Waiting for the distractions to go away. He looked into